the past 10 years, we have had tons and tons of LEGO games, and I mean, who's complaining? And out of all the LEGO games we got, there were a few that nearly happened, and there were one that was not going to happen at all. And there are tons of ideas of LEGO games that definitely should happen, or possibly could happen. And this is obviously after the release of LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga, which will eventually come out. However though, the other day we actually did get some marketing for the game. We saw Chewbacca on Kashyyyk, nothing major, but we are getting marketing for the game, which is a big relief. Anyway, cue the music. So, hello there guys, I'm RuggedEagle and I do lots of LEGO content on my channel, so if you do like what you see, please feel free to subscribe, but I do highly recommend. Oh, and a like would be greatly appreciated, like I said, only if you do go to enjoy though. Anyway, let's get into LEGO games that could happen or should happen, and those that nearly happened. That was a mouthful. Well, let's begin with the LEGO games that nearly did happen. So back in the day when LEGO Star Wars the video game was being made around 2005, they were testing footage out for future LEGO games, and one of them being LEGO James Bond. Now the game never entered full production, this was more in pre-production, they were just planning ideas for the game, and they actually did some updated character models for LEGO James Bond, and we do actually have the footage. He's very similar to Han Solo and Indiana Jones, but it's really cool to see. And at the time they actually made a lot of progress with the licensing rights to make this LEGO James Bond game, as Activision were totally down to make the LEGO James Bond game along with the Broccoli family who hold the movie rights to James Bond. And obviously we didn't get the LEGO James Bond game, and that's mainly due to 2006 when the movie Casino Royale came out, as this was a more violent James Bond film and LEGO thought it was too violent to make a LEGO James Bond game due to the new movie, even though that LEGO James Bond game were going to be based on the past movies. And someone in our Discord server, Linterny Gamer, who is also a LEGO YouTuber, actually made like their own animated menu for the LEGO James Bond game, and it's pretty cool. And the next LEGO game that nearly did happen is a really strange one, but that is a LEGO Tomb Raider game. And here you can see Lara Croft's character model, and I really like how they did the character, how she dodges to the side and how she dual wields with two revolvers. A pretty wicked character. Now, one of the biggest debates about this LEGO game was the popularity of the IP of Tomb Raider. And pretty much the whole reason why this LEGO game didn't get made is because the IP of Tomb Raider is nowhere near as big as popularity compared to Star Wars, and what we did get, LEGO Indiana Jones. And they actually nearly did make a crossover LEGO game where you get to play as Lara Croft and Indiana Jones in the same LEGO game. That was an idea that they nearly made, however it got cancelled by LucasArts as they believed Tomb Raider was a kind of knockoff of Indiana Jones. And going back to what I said at the intro of the video, there was one LEGO game that nearly did not happen, and that is actually the LEGO Indiana Jones game. So before the release of the complete saga, the LEGO indie game was actually being talked about within the office and ideas were being generated. However, at first LEGO was not on board with the IP due to LEGO not having any sets to do with Indiana Jones at the time, until the release of the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull in 2008, and that is when LEGO decided to cash in on the IP of LEGO Indiana Jones. So they basically gave him the green light to produce LEGO Indiana Jones The Original Adventures, which is a fantastic LEGO game, and I'm so glad we eventually got it. LEGO Indy 2 is a little bit debatable, I do enjoy it at times, especially with the online multiplayer. So yeah, that basically sums up all the LEGO games that nearly happened and the one LEGO game that nearly did not happen. Anyway, let's move on to LEGO games that could happen. So I'm sure you all know that LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga is the next LEGO game. I mean, the file size alone is 80 gigabytes. I mean, just compare that to LEGO Marvel Super Heroes 1, that is around 6 gigabytes. Yep. Now the new LEGO Star Wars game is going to set the standards for what people expect LEGO games to be, and the only other LEGO game I can think of on a similar scale to what the Skywalker Saga could be is LEGO Marvel the Infinity Saga. So as you all know, the Skywalker Saga is absolutely massive. There's so many planets to explore, the story ranges across all 9 Star Wars movies, and as they want a similar scale, the Infinity Saga is perfect. Bearing in mind, there are 21 movies including Endgame right up to the end of Endgame. So if we were to get the Infinity Saga Lego game, I wouldn't expect every single MCU film. I would mainly expect Infinity War and Endgame to be fully fleshed out. That would be wicked. Now, I really do hope this is the next LEGO game because I think the scale would be absolutely fantastic, and just living through Infinity War. I do prefer Infinity War to Endgame. Let me know in the comments which you prefer out of them two. But imagine playing through Infinity War and Endgame in LEGO. That would be amazing. However, though this sounds like a great idea, I would rather have a full-fledged LEGO Spider-Man game. Yes, a full-fledged LEGO Spider-Man game. So with the upcoming Spider-Man film No Way Home, I think it would be amazing if we got a full-fledged LEGO Spider-Man game revisiting every single Spider-Man film. I mean, come on, imagine playing Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 3 in LEGO from the Raimi trilogy. Make it happen. And then obviously you get to play through the Amazing Spider-Man 1, the Amazing Spider-Man 2 in LEGO form, and along with all the MCU Spider-Man films, Homecoming, Far From Home and No Way Home. Imagine that in a LEGO game. Oh, picture it. And with Marvel and Sony coming together, it's very possible LEGO can get the licensing to do all the past Spider-Man films in a LEGO game, and I really do want to see it. Actually, I really want it now. Come on, make this the next LEGO game. And talking about DLC for the game, you could have DLC where you get to play through Venom 1 or Venom Let There Be Carnage. There'll be great DLCs for the game. And the game's story will work really well if you work your way through the Raimi trilogy, through the Amazing Spider-Man films, and then through the MCU films, and the actual end on No Way Home. And that'd be a great wrap-up because it is really clear that Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man are definitely gonna be in No Way Home. It's pretty clear. So that one will be a great ending to the game, having all the Spider-Men meet up. Oh, it'd be wicked. And if they were to make that game, I think it would be great if they made every different version of Spider-Man different in terms of moveset and abilities and how they just swing through the city. And it'd be great to be swinging through the city, especially with the new graphics that LEGO Star Wars has. Imagine it applied to a LEGO Spider-Man game. I want it now. I actually might make a poll about this, and let's hope we get TT Games' attention. And in a couple of weeks' time, I will be visiting TT Games' office, so when I'm over there, I'll give them a little nudge to maybe think about it. Anyway, another LEGO game that definitely could happen, and this is up there with Marvel the Infinity Saga on definitely could happen, and that is a new LEGO Indiana Jones game due to the new indie film coming out, which will be the last Indiana Jones film we will ever get. So yeah, this will be Harrison Ford's last time as Indiana Jones, and this will be the last indie film. So we possibly could get another LEGO Indiana Jones game. Let's just hope that the new indie film will be good after the Crystal Skull, which were doubtably not so great. But yeah, if we were to get another LEGO indie game, it will be simple what it'd be based off. It will be based off all the 5 indie films, and that is quite a lot of content to base a LEGO game on. And alongside that, the open world will be stunning because you'll get to explore all these different sceneries throughout all the indie films. And you never know, that's why the Skywalker Saga could have been delayed, because they might do what they did in the Complete Saga. In the Skywalker Saga, you might be able to enter a room and watch the new LEGO Indiana Jones game trailer. Oh, imagine if they did that and LEGO Indy is the actual next LEGO game. That'd be pretty cool for nostalgia, and it'd be awesome to see him do it again. Cause to be fair, when I've seen the new trailer, it does look like the game is pretty ready and they're doing a lot of NDA meetings, so it could be a possibility, who knows. I mean, to be fair, the Skywalker Saga were meant to come out in 2020. I mean, obviously the dev team has probably had some meetings and probably discussed the possibilities for the next LEGO game, and they probably might tease it in LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. We'll just have to see. Now, just throwing another idea out there, and this possibly could have happened if the Skywalker Saga didn't get delayed again, and that could have been a LEGO Ghostbusters game. With the new Ghostbusters film releasing in cinema, they potentially could have done a LEGO Ghostbusters game, where you get to play through all the Ghostbuster films, including the new one. I mean, in LEGO Dimensions, Ghostbusters were pretty popular. But yeah, I think the main one I want to see is a full-fledged LEGO Spider-Man game. I mean, come on, it just has to happen. And anyway, just before you go, please go down into the comments and share your ideas for LEGO games that you want to see happen, or any ideas for LEGO games that you have. It'd be great for everyone to share their ideas in the comment section and interact with each other, and I'll try and read as many as I can, because I will be making a video purely on LEGO games that we want to see, and I will be taking your feedback and input into the video, and I'll also give you a shout out for your idea if it's really good, so please share them in the comments below. It'd be great for everyone to have a read at LEGO game ideas. And if you want to watch some more content from me, there is a playlist there to all my other LEGO game videos. There are tons out there that you'll really enjoy. But anyway, thanks for watching, hope you enjoy your week, and Spider-Man No Way Home isn't far away. I'm so excited for that film. Anyway, I'll see you all in a bit. Adios.